So, my dad just bought a boat in Texas. I've not seen it before. He just got back with it. He actually hadn't seen it before he bought it. So, it's going to be an interesting little boat project. We're going to see how it is and, you know, if we need to make any upgrades or what all. I have no idea. What you think?
Well, come with some, let's say that bucket grips or what?
Mm-hmm.
We got an extra trolling motor down here.
Yamaha 150 two-stroke.
Looks pretty decent out up on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Heard good things about the Blazer Bay. Cousin Drew has a Blazer Bay. Yeah, you can spin around on the seats. Maybe Kayla and them will like that.
You get out there and look at it and tell me what you think. No electronics, so that'll be the #1 thing we're gonna probably have to do.
What do they call this? Roto mold or some kind of
what?
The finish
Rolled
mold.
Yeah, rolled hull. They say it's easy to clean up, and it's got the good scuppers going out, so it'll wash out.
Weird. Definitely feel a little bigger than our other bay boats. You know, the last bay boat was what, a 17, 18, and now we've jumped up to almost 22.
It needs a bath for sure, don't it?
2 batteries.
That's probably the trolling motor batteries there.
Mm-hmm. I like the platform. I mean,
got lots of room up there.
It's good for casting. You know,
it's got an extended pole that you can set that seat up if you want to higher.
What's that?
It's an extended pole where you can set up in the front there and like be riding high and mighty.
Probably like move it. You think?
What's that?
I mean, it seems like right, like, are you gonna be like this fishing?
Yeah, you definitely want to have that.
You know,
yeah, feet up there, foot up there, don't you?
Yeah, you might at least, you know, then you're sitting here, and then you can stand up if you need to. But
it's kind of a random spot.
Step right here. Be interesting rather than going all the way up. Just step right here, and you can just kind of. He's got some rope, bait bucket, some old life jackets.
Like old life jackets.
Some are old, like.
Yeah, I would say that's old. But your butt's out there floundering in the water, it'll probably be pretty good with it.
Yeah. Some rope.
More rope. You see anything you don't want, chunk it. There it is. What we got here? Like some kind of chips.
I think that life jacket may have been newer than the crackers.
Vienna sausages. Little hoodie.
That look like Gilligan.
What do you think that's for?
Yeah.
The banjo.
It's actually it works.
The big motor not work?
I don't know.
This. So Jeremy.
I think the battery's not.
He brought home, especially without us seeing. What's wrong with you?
The horn works.
Do not shoot
on
it.
That too.
Of all the things.
This is only half full. But now what he told me this is for is in Louisiana, they find a good spot, they throw it down in the swamp, and it holds the boat in one spot. And then when they get ready to go, they just pull it up.
Well, in Florida we have that too. It's called an anchor.
You
don't have to throw it in the ground. You just drop it overboard.
That's powerful.
What all on this boat do we know works?
I have no idea. He said the trolling motor does.
Which one?
I think they both work.
What's your first impressions on this? Think it was a good choice?
I think so. I mean, luckily with boats, you know, it's kind of hard to mess up a hole. So if you got a good hole and you got it at a price where you know other things could be bad, then it's okay. Some things I think we'll need to do: some cleanup, try to run the motor, remove all these seats. So we're trying to get the trolling motor to work, and it wasn't working. Put it on charge. Yeah, I think these are the charger. but that battery's actually holding a charge. Then I noticed that this wire had come undone.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, so when I pushed it in, we could get it to work, so we just gotta reattach this. Most of the time with electronics, pumps, things of that nature, a lot of times the issue is just that maybe the cable's come loose, maybe it's rusted, it's just not getting any electrical current. In this case, the piece had just popped out of the little fuse box that goes to the battery. So what we did was we took that fuse box off the battery and then we re-crimped the cable to the piece that, you know, bolts to that fuse box. Then once we got it on the fuse box, we put the fuse box back on the battery. First thing we noticed was the battery. So the battery's not working. Tried to crank it, nothing turned over.
Yeah, so we tried charging it, put a charger on it pretty much all night, nothing on it, didn't show any charge. Checked it with our battery tester, 0 voltage in it. So to say that the battery was graveyard dead would be an understatement.
Yeah.
So we went and picked the battery up. Now we're going to try to get that one off. You can see in here. When you take these batteries off, one thing you want to always do is make sure that you got your black, your positive, and your negatives. Like I see he did that. He zip tied them together so that when you go to put them back on, you'll have them all. And most of you think, you know, it's color coded. Some is black, some is white. It should be color coded, but in reality, it doesn't always happen that way. So when you get that out, if we can ever get the bolt off of there, should be able to drop it down. No, I didn't. So we get them out. Now I noticed he put some kind of grease or something on it, which is probably good to help on the corrosion. But what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to clean those posts off. This is the battery. Lighten that ends with real quick.
Yeah. So we got a new battery. We're gonna replace the battery, see how everything works, how the engine runs, if it runs, and hopefully get it to where we can do a test ride pretty soon.
Off like that. First thing I'm doing is I'm getting the grease off of it. Like that. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back here and clean that corrosion off with it. And then you want to make sure you're at positive, so yeah, that's positive, and the red's on positive.
Yeah.
So if you don't, you can burn up all your stuff.
All right, let's see if anything has power. There we go.
All right. You want to look at that, and I'll take this out of the way.
Well, that's a good sign. At least the battery fixed something. So may have to look at some pumps, but trim and tail's working. Now let's see if she'll fire up. Okay guys, we got some water going. See if it'll turn over. Turns over. I know there's one on the motor. I mean, I can push in the key, try that.
Yeah, push it and see if there's anything. You say you thought the thing was pumped up good enough? Or?
I mean, fell hard, but it could be just.
I can't see it or reach it. All right, you got it pumped as hard as it'll go. Is it just real tight from dried out or what?
I don't know.
Did you what mash?
I mean, I'm mashing it. It's just kind of tight.
Okay. All right, just pull the choke up on here then.
Mash it some more.
That's
I think there's stuff.
How much gas does it say it's in there?
I don't know.
Full over 80.
Let's see how much gas is in there. Just looks like close to empty.
You wouldn't turn it on?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
But it's pretty pretty dry. I think it may be fuel, just low on fuel.
Everything that I think they said would work, including the tail lights. None of them's worked yet. So.
Okay, so got the battery in. Trim and tilt works. Motor turns over. That's a good sign. Doesn't seem like any of the electronics, bilge pump, live well, stuff like that doesn't seem to work. Nav lights, trailer lights. So guy said they all worked, but I'm not surprised if you don't use a boat very much, and it sounded like you didn't. You know, those things just go bad, but it's easy to fix, so I'm not real worried about it. Just take a little time and running a few wires. So we'll work on that shortly. It's not turning, it's not starting. I think it's because I think it's out of fuel. I mean, the gauge, the needle pops up a little bit when I turn the key, so I think the gauge is working. It's just probably low on fuel.
Ready? Move it. I guess the gas that costs the way it is, he must have drained it all out, huh?
Okay, put some fuel in. The gauge has gone up. Talked to the guy, he did drain the tank, I guess, before coming here. So hopefully now we got fuel and it'll crank up. Ready?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Promising sign.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of gas. Push that button in and get it. I mean, I can't try choking it with it. I'll choke it in a minute. Or just pushing the push button, choke. Right now, I wouldn't choke it anymore after that.
Well, that's good news. The motor cranks up. They tend to run better with fuel in them.
We need to get the bilge pump fixed. That way, if we have any issues.
Yeah. So far, so good, guys. Maiden voyage out. Let's see how she runs. Getting her in fishing shape. You guys ready to jump on? Up on.
Well, I'm trying.
Crank pretty easy.
Yeah.
Let me guess, there ain't no cup holders, are there?
Want to sit back here?
Oh, I'm going back here for sure.
Best ride in the house.
You want to check the bill just to make sure we're not filling up with water?
What's with boats and cup holders? You can have it spin around so you can like get the ropes up. Alright, let's see how she runs and keep the tires lighting fires. Anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen out here. I disagree. Still happens when we further.
Is everyone ready to ride?
Are my shoes gonna fly away? Bag gonna fly away?
Alright, so far so good. The guy thought it would run 60 miles an hour. Pretty sure it does not. The fuel gauge is working, which is nice. Speedometer and tachometer do not seem to be working. That's okay. Can make it work.
Still got it on?
Yeah. Our live well pump isn't working. We got to get that.
Maybe it's stopped up.
I don't know. It's not flowing.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, it's not closed off.
It's closed off. The live well does seem to be working. That thing's pretty slow. I hope it pumps faster than that. Live well line might need to be cleaned out. We're not having a depth recorder or GPS unit at all. First impressions, it's not taking on water. That's a good sign. Got the live well going. Hopefully we can get it opened up. Overall, it rides good. I think the hull's great. Really handled the waves good. It's a very roomy boat. I think it's going to be a very fishable boat. I love the flat deck up front and the back. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good boat. Engine's a little low. Feels a little sluggish, a little slow to get on plane. Ideally, I'd probably like to have a 200 four-stroke on this one day. A little more power, but definitely a very fishable boat, very roomy. So I think it'll be good. We got her cleaned up, got the trolling motor working, got a few things working. We're going to do some more work on pumps and electronics, and we'll continue the build process, getting her up to our, customized ultimate inshore fishing boat. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Real Hazardous.